Hello all, hope you're having a great day today. So today we're talking about chapter 21. This is business basics and planning, and I've added a little bit of information in here from other resources. So a personal trainer may be very knowledgeable and skilled in exercise science principles and their application in a personal training session, but an understanding of the business of personal training is equally important for success, and that's usually what I find is hard for most of us because we do have that understanding about personal training and about training itself, but we lack the understanding of business. So here we go. Whether working as an entrepreneur, a fitness center employee, or an independent contractor, a personal trainer needs business expertise in how to sell and market training services to potential clients, how to price training sessions, and how to maintain professional standards that will protect a business's reputation. For success as a self-employed personal trainer, business planning, business models, and budgeting are also needed before a business can be started. And finally, a business success will also depend on finding a work-life balance, as personal training can involve long days with numerous training sessions and interactions with many different people and their unique personalities. This is, again, some other information that from other resources. So really what we find is that oftentimes personal trainers become unhappy with their current employer provider because there's limited or no opportunity to increase their income, or there's limited or no opportunity for professional growth or for health benefits and retirement options. And those are important things to think about for the future. So many reasons for failing, and this is according to 2016 Small Business Administration stats report. 50% of small businesses close within 5 years of opening their doors, and that includes small gyms and studios. Much of it is because of the owner's lack of business education or their limited working capital, and they may have minimal ability to generate income. There are responsibilities that are associated with owning your own facility. You have a business responsibility, so you have to apply and maintain that business license or your limited liability company or S Corp, and we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. There's also facility responsibility. You've got rent to pay, and you've got utilities, phone, internet, your security system, and of course a cleaning crew. You also have some financial responsibility and paying back the loan that you applied for. You have to pay legal fees for the paperwork and legal forms, and then you have annual and quarterly payments that you have to pay an accountant to help review the paperwork and make sure that you're compliant with your tax forms and payments. You also have to outfit your facility. You've got equipment, tools, flooring, and your locker rooms, restrooms, the supplies that are associated with that, and any other storage equipment that you might have, your towels, your washer and dryer, and gym wipes, and then your software and marketing. So scheduling and billing software, your marketing software are so important to helping you to run a successful business. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And then your marketing materials, your signs, your banners, your t-shirts, social media, your website, and your mail material. You also have your facility maintenance, so weekly cleanings, equipment checks, floor cleaning, facility opening inspections, and your HVAC and maintenance and inspections that you have to take care of as well. So should you specialize or not? Should you have all kinds of certifications and be a one-stop shop, or should you specialize and create more of a niche for yourself, working with a specific market? And we'll talk more about that here. You can look at specific populations that you want to work with, youth, adults. Maybe you want to specialize in pre and post pregnancy or with those with some type of disease. Do you want to specialize in some type of equipment like kettlebells or sandbags, Indian clubs? Or do you want to look more at performance, such as bodybuilding or powerlifting or strongman competitions? And so really you want to create a successful fitness business beyond exercise. And so understand that the experience is just as important as the results. Much like what you saw at F45, you have a community. By creating that community, it really helps to keep it running. You want to coach the client and not necessarily the exercise. So what does that client need? And you want to create a positive experience. So you want for it to be inviting, engaging, but also be consistent. And this is just a checklist for delivering a great experience. Again, with community, trying to keep your facility clean, treating everyone with respect and having fun with them. Introduce your clients to each other so that they can create that community. And organize group activities outside of the gym periodically to help to bring them together, and always create a positive and uplifting atmosphere. With your coaching, you want to work to understand your client's work-life balance and communicate with them in a manner that they understand. So not using a lot of technical jargon, but really trying to take it home to them. And take time to understand their motivation and what they want to do to reach their goals. You also have to look at their physical and emotional state with each session. You know, some days you're just going to go in and they're not going to be in a good mood. How do you deal with that? And then consistency. Instead of winging it, make sure that you have a plan for the day. Have written systems and procedures on how to handle your phone calls with potential and new clients, as well as your assessments. So texting them and letting them know, you know, we're expecting you for your appointment today. Please make sure to come prepared for activity, kind of like I've done with the announcements each day. Use forms that outline your policies and your agreements and expectations of them, and understand your business may need to hire people to help you so that you can train effectively. With a personal trainer, it can work in several different and distinct settings. Some of the more common venues or job classifications include the solo or independent personal trainer, the independent contractor, and the manager or personal training business owner. The independent personal trainer is commonly known as a personal trainer and who is autonomous of another business entity. So the personal trainer of this type typically markets to potential clients and schedules and delivers training sessions in the client's home, outdoors, or in a fitness facility. The employee or independent contractor is typically hired or contracted by a business owner to provide training services for the business's clients. The personal trainer, manager, or owner typically supervises the business operations and staff management of a personal training business. Whether the personal trainer is a sole operator, a proprietor, or an employee, success will depend on how well he or she can sell the training services. Some facilities compensate personal trainers a percentage of the revenue generated by the services they deliver, otherwise known as commission-based compensation. Other facilities hire trainers as hourly or salaried employees with designated work shifts and may pay them an additional commission for fee-for-service sessions delivered to the members. Individual salaries or commission rates for personal trainers vary based on education, certification, seniority, job performance, and volume of revenue produced. You can see the average personal trainer salary in Texas is $63,000 as of October 27th, 2022, but the range typically falls between $45,900 to $78,200. There is some negotiation with that. I'll show you that here in just a moment, but the salary ranges are going to vary depending on the city and a lot of other important factors, as we talked about. Education, the number of certifications that you have. The more certifications you have, the more you can ask for. Any additional skills that you might have, business, education, your bachelor's degree, and number of years you have spent in your profession. And this information is from salary.com just last week. There are various compensation models, as you can see here, for personal training programs in the fitness center industry. You can see the pay or salary per hour for an independent contractor is about $42.50 per hour or session. And really the idea with that is that you can increase hours or sessions to make more money. Now, we've also talked about group fitness training and how a lot of personal trainers are really capitalizing on that because you've only got so many hours in the day that you can train. So you kind of have to make the most of that. Other means of compensation for personal trainers at corporate fitness sites is $35,000 per year. You can see this is about 37.5 hours on average per week. There are benefits associated with that, which makes that so you have to compensate. You have to balance everything out. You do have benefits and possibly an education fund to help you in getting a master's degree or other certifications and other cash incentives along with that. Working more is not going to necessarily increase your pay. This was really what I was kind of at with the hospital. I had a set salary, but I had benefits because I had kids. I'd have health insurance and that sort of thing to help take care of that. Other options are $15 per hour or session. I know I have a friend that charges $50 per hour per session. Here it would be $30 per week for 2 sessions per week. Typically, if you're doing one-on-one training at $50 per hour, 2 sessions would be $100 a week, or 5-week period would be $500. And you can increase hours to make more money, or you can do that group training thing. Problem with that is you have a limited number of hours per week, and again, you have to balance that work-life balance. So your group training for 20 clients, so a group of 5 people at $10 per client would be 2 sessions per week, be $400, or a 5-week period, $2,000. So just some things to consider. And this is data that was May 2015, so it's a little bit older, from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And it's looking at the annual mean wage of fitness trainers and aerobic instructors by state. Here you'll see in the state of Texas, the annual average wage was $35,000 to $38,000. So we have seen some increases in the past 5-6 years. And this is looking at it from the mean wage, looking at hourly wage as well as the annual wage for, and here they're saying 237,000 people who were considered fitness trainers and aerobics instructors. The average annual wage was about $40,000. The hourly wage was $19.7 per hour, and you can kind of see the mean. The 90%, $33 per hour. So yeah, we have seen some changes with this, and this data was actually cited from 2011, so it's a little bit newer dated than the last.